Your Pekin 10U AA Dragons are hitting the ice at the Southwest Ice Arena in Crestwood, Illinois for Game 2 of the day, Game 2 and final game of the weekend for your CSDHL regular season, game number 4 for your Pekin 10U AA Dragons. Dragons defeated in the first game of the day, game number 3 there. Come back against the same team right now and try it again, hopefully for some better results, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's why we're tuning in, folks. Got to see what happens. All right, Dragons are getting their warm-ups underway. Today's, like I said, the second game of the day. Next Wednesday, 11/19, November 19th, we got a home game versus the Peoria Junior Mustangs at Pekin Veterans Memorial Arena, 6 p.m. So if you can make it in person, please come out to that. If not, tune into the channel and we'll have all the live action footage for you. And then Sunday, November 23rd, we also have another home game at 8:15 a.m. against the Chicago Jets. They're the one team that said, you know what, we'll go down and give Pekin a home game. So that was nice of them. 8:15 a.m. and then again that same day in Peoria at the Owens Center, we'll have our away game against the Jets at 12:15 p.m. So come out to those if you can make it in person. We'd sure appreciate seeing you there and rooting on your Pekin 10U AA Dragons live in person there. If you can't make it, check us out on the channel. We'll have all of the action for you. All right, Dragons are getting their warm-ups underway here. We'll go ahead and rip through the roster in alphabetical order this time. Number 19, Grayson Blevins. Number 5, Sterling Burks. Number 11, Easton Cook. Number 7, Braxton Courts. Number 6, Duncan Hill. Number 48, netminder Adelina Johnson. Number 16, Kian Ledbetter. Number 25, Jackson McCoy. Number 29, Nash Moldenauer. Number 33, Jet Nafziger. Number 77, Houston Richardson. And number 12, Noah Viviano. Pekin 10U AA Dragons coaching staff consists of head coach Neil Viviano, assistant coaches Chip Hill and Barry Moldenauer, and on the bench we'll have Mr. Brian Blevins, and I don't see a penalty box attendant in the moment, so we'll see what happens with that. Down here, St. Jude Knights warming up for their game. Yeah, on the first game of the day there, Dragons have a very good showing, but you know what, you're gonna have games like that, folks. You gotta blow them off and start over. All right, let's go with the 25-26 Pekin 10U AA Dragons team sponsors for the season. Hat trick sponsor Mr. Kurt Nafziger, the coolest cousin ever. Power play sponsors 2121 Sports, professional skate sharpening, skate profiling, and skate repair. Let us give you an edge at 2121 Sports, 309-241-0712. Get a hold of Dan Engelbright, and you can get a hold of them on Facebook as well. Ledbetter Insurance, trusted leader in auto, homeowners, and business insurance. LedbetterINS.com. Get a hold of them at 309-673-5544. Mr. Toett's Wrecker Service, established in 2012 out of Peoria, Illinois. Mr. Toett's WreckerService.com, 309-360-3123. Mike and Sandy Robertson, Wayne and Aaron Woods. And then for our slap shop sponsors, we have Mackinac IGA, friendly small town grocery store with so much more. Get a hold of them, stop in, or look them up at MackinaciGA.com. Powers Law, Ryan Powers, attorney at law. Get a hold of them on Facebook or 309-349-3835. And then we have Skin Deep La Beauté, specializing in Botox fillers and hair removal. Located in Morton, Illinois. You can find them on Facebook or 309-453-9997. SL Audio and Lighting, established in 2018. Professional sound and lighting for live music and events. Find them on Facebook or 309-349-6308. And we have Todd's Touch Lawn Care out of Bellevue, servicing the Peoria area, 309-657-0995. We also have Sean and Laura Garrick, Jason Jones. Jason Jones approves. John King, House of Kyler, Jim and Sue Nafziger, and Mark and Sue Wells. Thanks to all of our 25-26 Pekin 10 UAA Dragons sponsors for the season. And if you're in the market for one of those businesses, look them up. All right, well, I think that's all my notes I had written down, so I'm going to take a break here. 33's Daddy, sponsored by Revolution Brewing, Anti-Hero, and Mountain Dew. This one's actually a combination of two room temperature Mountain Dews between my wife's and I. Went ahead and topped off one with the other, and now I got a beverage in case I get parched. Thanks for keeping track, folks. All right, both teams are getting their pucks picked up, about ready to get their warm-ups or their final powwows underway here. So we'll be underway here shortly. This is actually the first rink that I ever filmed a game in. Jet's first year of travel hockey. We played here against the St. Jude Knights, his first year of AUAA travel hockey in the seed round, I remember. And I don't think we've been back since then. But this is the first rink that I ever did a live broadcast from. So hey, it's kind of nostalgic. It's an old barn. They got a disco ball up here, so you know they like to party, though. The place actually looks like an old ski lodge from the outside and in the outer lobby. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool looking place. All right, let's go Dragons. Period 1 starts now. This is Pekin Dragons 10 UAA hockey. Gonna have Courts at center. Viviano and Hill on the wing. Nafziger and Burks on defense. Adelina Johnson in net. And we're off. Courts for the face-off. Shoves it over to Duncan Hill, and he'll advance towards the Knights blue line there. Knights knock it back. Burks is in a foot race for it. Back to the Dragons zone. Nafziger will chase it down in the far corner, and he'll pick it up. Bring it around behind the back of the Dragons net and up the near side. Dangles around a couple of Knight players, and he's off to the races. Out to the neutral zone and cuts in. Goes straight to the net up the slot there. Got the puck stripped, and he'll head back to the blue line there. And back to Nafziger at the blue line. Chops it back in. And Knights pick it up. No, they don't. Everybody's battling for the puck there. Nafziger slams it up to the far boards. Trying to get it to somebody there. And he'll send it back up the slot and over to the near side by the Knights. In the neutral zone. They'll knock it across the neutral zone. Courts races back for it. And Burks and Courts battling for it on the near side. Hill goes back to help. And puck comes back to the back wall. Burks carries it around the back of the Dragons net and up the far side board. Spills it out to the neutral zone. Courts is in a race for it. Knights are going to get there first, and they'll touch it before the goal line, and they'll bring it over to the near side. Nefziger tries to hold it in. Knights are off to the races. Here comes Burks. Tries to strip the puck, and Knights breakaway. Save, Johnson. Kick save. Puck goes over to the far side, and Courts and Hill battle it up the far side boards. Nope, that's Hill. Races it across the neutral zone. Comes back to Courts there, and Duncan Hill sends it into the Knights zone. Knights bring it over to the near side. Dragons can't hold it in the zone. Courts turns it around in the neutral zone and slaps the puck to the back wall. Knights pick it up, send it back to Courts, and he'll bounce it off the netminder. And Knights pick it up on the far side. Carry it back out to the neutral zone. And Nefziger picks it up, passes it up to Duncan Hill, and off the near side boards. Back to Nefziger again. Takes it over to center ice. Cuts into the Knights zone. Sends a shot. Oh, just wide of the net off the back wall. And over to the far side. Back to McCoy. McCoy in the neutral zone. Looking for Nefziger. Oh, he tipped it into his net. Down to, not net, sorry. All the way to the near side there. Moldenauer battling for it in the Dragon zone on the near side. Puck goes back to the back wall. And McCoy over to Richardson. And McCoy again. Tries to slam it up the far boards. And puck's loose. And Moldenauer picks it up. Skates it out to the neutral zone. Comes over to the near side and into the Knights zone, rather. Sorry. They're not Kings, they're Knights. They work for the Kings. Here come Knights back across the neutral zone. Send a shot off the side of the net, and Burks will race it down. Picks it up behind the back of the Dragons net. Comes around with some speed, gets checked into there in open ice, and here comes Blevins across center ice. Down into the Knights zone, through the feet of the Knight player. Oh, just inches wide of the post. And over to the far side. And Moldenauer battles it up, sends a shot on goal, save Knights. Puck's loose in the slot, and here come the Knights back out to the neutral zone. Burks and McCoy back to defend. Puck goes off the back wall in the Dragon zone, and McCoy will pick it up. Sends it back up into the neutral zone. Yeah, Richardson helps it out, and across the neutral zone he goes. Dangles around a Knight player. Oh, let's go in the slot, and Knights pick it up, knock it off the near side boards. Back to Burks at the blue line, and he'll send one sailing towards the net, but it comes off the skate of a Knight player in the slot. Back to the Knights, send it over to the far side boards, and Nefziger holds it in. Right over to the near side faceoff circle, sends a shot. Pad save, loose puck, and Blevins. Moldenauer both battling for it in front of the net, and Blevins back to Burks at the blue line, holds it in, sends a shot. Loose puck, ooh, and Courts will race back for it on the back wall. Puck comes over to the near side, back to Burks at the blue line. Nope, Knights picked it up, carry it out across the neutral zone. And back to Burks in the Dragon zone, skates it behind the back of the Dragon's net and over to the far side boards. Dangles around a Knight player and dumps it out into the neutral zone. Knights not in a hurry to scoop that one up there. Courts is in hot pursuit. Back to Blevins on the near side. And over to a Knight player at the goal line. Back to Blevins again. Sends one over. Oh, looking for a centering shot. Out of reach a cookie there. And McCoy sends it to the back wall, back to Blevins, battling for it, and then the puck comes over to the near side. And Knights bring it out to the neutral zone, back to McCoy, waiting for it. He'll send it over towards the far boards, and the Knights circle in. Trying to cut in, and McCoy deflects that puck. Puck comes back up the far side. Knights send it back in deep. McCoy picks it up. Skates it behind the back of the Dragons net and off the near side, back to Ledbetter, and he'll dump it out with a backhander, and here comes Courts, chasing it down deep in the Knight zone, and he'll get it. Oh, sends a shot, loose puck in front of the crease, and here come the Knights back up the far side, back out to the neutral zone. Got a guy out in front, and Nefziger strips the puck, sends it off the near side, back to Courts. Courts carries it in. to the Knights zone. Sends one off the back wall. Ledbetter, ooh, open ice collision there. Ledbetter go down on his back, and here comes Moldenauer. Wraparound attempt off the netminder into the back wall. And tries to center one up. It's going to send it back to McCoy at the blue line, and he'll send it back in deep. And back up to Courts on the far side. Sends a shot. Oh, off the netminder and over to the near side. Here comes Moldenauer. Back to Nefziger at the blue line. Holds it in. And, oh, Courts almost helped it stay inside that line there. Nefziger's battling for it on the near side in the neutral zone. Knights rush it in. Send a shot. Save Johnson. And McCoy picks it up. Skates it over the far side. Sends it up the far boards. And puck gets knocked back into the back wall. And loose puck. Ooh, Nefziger. I think he might have peeled that out of the way of the net there. And then up the near side he comes. Whoop, got the puck stripped. And Moldenauer goes back for it. And Dragons spill the puck back out to the neutral zone. Here comes Hill. Sends it off the far boards. And Knights send it back in. McCoy chases it down in the far corner. Picks it up. Skates it over. Sends it off the far, or near side boards rather. And the Knights hold it in at the blue line. And McCoy stops that. Passes it for Moldenauer. Back out to the neutral zone. And we got an offside call on the Knights. 4:06 remaining in the first period. That's been a fast mover there. We haven't had very many stoppages in play here. Face off in the neutral zone. Courts at center, Blevins and Viviano on the wing, McCoy and Burks on defense. Courts for the face-off over the near side and then down into the Dragon zone. McCoy blew a tire there and Burks will peel it off the back wall. Over to the far side, looking for Viviano. Oh, got the puck stripped there, but Courts is trying to scoop for it. He'll find it. Can't scoop it out of the zone though, and here come the Knights. Backhander up the slot off of the back of Burks' helmet there, and puck comes back to Blevins. Blevins across center ice, down into the Knights zone, and puck gets stripped over to the near side. Courts peels it off, tries to send it to the back wall, and it deflects back up. They'll bring it up the near side, and Burks picks the puck off. Knights advance in. Save Johnson! Back to Courts. Whoa, what do we got? Looks like Nafziger's going to go off for a penalty. Interesting. It happened. Interesting. I didn't see what happened. All right, Moldenauer or Cook. Yeah, Moldenauer at center, Cook on the wing, and McCoy and Burks on defense. That's right. Face off in the Dragon zone. And Moldenauer for the face off. Sends it towards the blue line there. Cook comes in after it. Puck comes back to Burks. He'll send it off the far side boards. Oh, Moldenauer tried to peel it out. Goal, Knights. Dragons down by one. Face off at center ice. Gonna have full strength at least. And Ledbetter and Cook on the wings. Moldenauer at center. McCoy and Burks on defense. And Moldenauer for the face off. Over to Ledbetter. And Knights bring it into the Dragon zone up the far side. McCoy knocks it back, and Knights knock it back in all the way to the back wall. Burks sends it over to the far side, looking for Ledbetter, and he finds him. Ledbetter up the far side, knocks it out to the neutral zone and down. Cookie's in a foot race. Icing will be called, and 2:33 remains on the clock. In the first period, we'll have a face-off down in the Dragon zone. Nafziger and McCoy in defense. Cook and Ledbetter on the wing. Moldenauer for the face-off. And Moldy for the face-off. Cook chases after it. Puck gets slammed towards the net there. Oh, off of Eddie Johnson into the back wall. Nafziger picks it up, and Moldenauer races down on the near side. Got knocked into there. And Nafziger chases it down deep in the Dragon zone. Picks it up, skates it behind the back of the Dragon's net, turns around, sends it over to the near side, and Moldenauer will chase it down. Up the near side boards. Out for Cookie and out for Ledbetter. Ledbetter peels it into the crease, and puck comes back to McCoy at the blue line, and he'll send it in deep all the way to the back wall. Cook's in hot pursuit. Puck comes over to Ledbetter in the far corner, and shot off the netminder. Loose puck, and Knights send it off the far boards. Moldenauer races it down again. Back to Ledbetter. Battling for it on the far side. Back to the neutral zone, and McCoy shovels it in clean, and Knights send it back out. Back to McCoy again. Nafziger on the near side, and he'll race it in up the near side boards. Sends a shot off of a Knight's fist there in midair, it looked like, and they'll knock it back out to the neutral zone. And here comes Moldenauer. Picks their pocket from behind, and he'll come in onside as the Knights pick it back up, turn it around, try to knock it back to the neutral zone, and they do. And then McCoy back to Nafziger, and he'll send it up across the neutral zone. Back to Nafziger again, back to a Knight player. And back to Nafziger again at center ice, sent over to the near side into the Knights zone. Dangles around some Knights traffic, and Cookie races it down on the near side. Back to, he's battling for it still, and Nafziger tries to hold it in. Here come the Knights. McCoy chases it down, knocks it back up the near side boards. And Quartz brings it in to the Knights zone. No, he doesn't. That was Cookie, and he'll let it go into the near corner for Quartz. Can't get it in front of that net there. Knights chase it down on the far side in their zone, and they'll bring it back out to the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass, looking for a guy out front, and they find him. Nafziger, he's got his stick all over it, though, and back to Burks on the back wall. That's going to do it for the first period of play, folks. Dragons down by 1 after 1. So I guess the first broadcast today was a little choppy, so we'll upload the full version of that tonight when we get home, and then if this one's the same way, we'll do that for this one too. So hopefully you guys are okay seeing this right now. If not, apologize. There's a lot of signal bandwidth issues apparently in the Chicagoland area inside hockey rinks. Say hello to my little friend over here, Mr. Knight. I call him Michael Knight. I don't know what his real name is. Moldenauer at center, Blevins and Richardson on the wing, Nafziger and Burks on defense. And period 2 starts now. Switching sides and going the other way. This is Pekin continued AA Dragons hockey. Pekin Dragons sending AA hockey. Here comes Richardson into the Knights zone, and Nafziger held it in at the blue line. Richardson sends a shot off the netminder, and and Blevins will chase it down in the near corner. Back to Burks at the blue line. Nope. Here come the Knights back to the neutral zone. Nafziger tried to hold it in the neutral zone there. Looked like Knights are offside. 11:27. Clock still rolling. 11:25 remaining in second period. Courts at center. Hill and Viviano on the wing. Nafziger and McCoy on defense. And Courts for the face-off. Back to McCoy in the Dragon zone. He'll send it off the near side boards. And here come the Knights. Oh, can't advance it in just yet. And they do send it in. McCoy races it down in the near corner. Carries it about around the back of the net and sends it off the far side boards. Knights hold it in. Puck's loose. And puck spills out to the near side in the neutral zone. Courts is in hot pursuit. Battling up the near side boards. McCoy holds it in. Sends a bouncer. Save, Knights. And back to the near side. Knights bring it out. And Duncan Hill's in hot pursuit. So's Nafziger. He'll pick it up. Deep in the Dragon zone. Sends it off the far side boards. Looking for Courts, but he's going with it. And here come the Knights. McCoy stops the shot. And so does Nafziger. Brings it over to the near corner. And uh-oh, pass it to a Knight. Not good. And Dragons drive it to the far side. Back to McCoy, and back to Courts, and he'll send it to the blue line. Here come the Knights. Save Johnson, I think, there, and McCoy sends it over to the near side. Duncan Hill chases it down, brings it up the near side into the neutral zone. And Dragons battle it in. No, they don't. Offside. All right, face off in the neutral zone. Moldenauer at center, Ledbetter and Cook on the wings, and Burks and McCoy on defense. And Moldenauer for the face off. Puck comes back to Burks, and he's going to carry it in up the far side. Sends it in deep all the way to the back wall. And Knights pick it up, send it up the near side. Scoop it back out to the neutral zone. McCoy picks it up, sends it back in. The Knights touch it up, and Ledbetter and Cook and McCoy, none of them can stop it. Puck goes all the way down, and Burks is chasing after it. Icing has been called. We'll have another face-off in the Knights zone with 9:19 remaining in the second period. Dragons down by one. Face off in the far face-off circle down in the Knights zone. Moldenauer at center, Ledbetter and Cook on the wing. Nafziger and Burks on defense. Moldenauer for the face-off. Puck comes back to Nafziger and he'll drive it up the far boards all the way to the back wall. Knights go after it. Send it over to the far corner, and Cookie tries to center it up. Found Moldenauer there, but there was a guy in his way. And up back to Ledbetter on the far side, sends it on net, and the Knights netminder will cover that one up in the blue paint. We'll have another face-off here in the Knights zone. Check out this carpet. Like I said, this place is like an old ski lodge when you walk into it. It's pretty neat. But yeah, that's some carpet from the 60s or 70s. Courts for the face-off over to Blevins and back to Nafziger, and he'll fire one from the blue line. Save. Knights back over to the far corner, and they'll paddle it over to the near side. Richardson tries to chase him down, and Knights bring it up the near side boards. Back to Nafziger, and he'll scoop it back out to a Knight player at the center line, and he'll carry it up the near side. Oh, wow. Puck comes back to a Knight player in the neutral zone. Oh, he almost had a sniff. Back to Blevins at center ice, and he's going to advance into the Knight zone right up the slot. 3 guys on him, and the puck goes back to the far corner. Back to Courts, back to Richardson. Oh no, couldn't quite catch it there, and he'll scoop it over to the face-off circle. Puck comes back up the near side. And Burke's back to defend. Napster will collect that in the Dragon zone, rather. Feeds it up for Courts and Blevins, whoever wants it. And here come the Knights up the far side. They'll send it all the way in deep. Napsiger scoops it up behind the back of the Dragons net, brings it over to the near side. And all the way up. Across the neutral zone and down into the Knight zone. Got one guy to beat. Up. Sends a shot. Oh, just wide of the net and over to the near side. Courts is battling for it in the near corner, and Burks comes up, sends a centering pass right out in front of Duncan there, and he'll slap it to the back wall. Courts tries to chase it down. Puck comes over to the near side. Richardson battled for it. Courts back to help, and Richardson just couldn't keep control of it there. Here come the Knights up the far side. Back to Napsiger at the blue line, and they'll send it up to the slot. Knights chase it down, and Dragons are in hot pursuit up the near side. And Duncan Hill chases it down on the back wall. Skates it around the back of the Dragons net. And here comes Moldenauer over to the near side. Oh, can't quite clear it out here, and Hill does the job. Viviano in a foot race for it. All the way down in the Knight zone. Sends a shot. Save Knights, and back to the back wall. Puck comes up the far side. Napsiger peels it off. Sends it back in deep, and Moldenauer, nope. That's Moldenauer. He'll chase it down on the near side. Back to Burks. Burks. Oh, just couldn't get the shot. Paddled it back up to the face-off circle, and Moldenauer was after it. Burks sends it back to the back wall, and off the back wall, the Knights will collect it. Send it up the far side, and Napsiger drives it in again. Back to Hill, and oh, dang it! Just out of the reach of Napsiger's stick there. He's racing all the way down for it, and icing will be called with 5:45 remaining in the second period. Face off back in the Knight zone. Dragons are making an offensive push in the O zone here. Just got to get it in the net. That's it. Courts at center, Ledbetter and Cook on the wing, Napsiger and McCoy on defense, and Courts for the face-off. Back to the neutral zone, and McCoy picks it up. Scoops it in up the near side, and Knights will collect. Here comes Courts in after it, though, and puck squirts back to the neutral zone. Over to Courts on the near side, and just can't slam it in. There, Cookie knocks it in there. Knights collect it. Dragons are coming in after it. Just can't hold it in the zone, and back to the neutral zone we come. Back to McCoy, and up to Cookie on the near side. He's battling for it on his belly, I guess. I can't see him at all, but he's over here. And Courts is battling for it as well. Nobody knows where the puck is, but here it comes. Back to McCoy. And Cookie. And Cookie again. Back to McCoy. Over to Napsiger. What are we doing? Let's go. All right. That's not good. Offside. Offside Knights. 4:43 remaining in the second period. Yeah. Something's got to give, folks. Let's see. Richardson and Blevins on the wing. Moldenauer at center. Burks and McCoy on defense. Moldenauer for the face-off, and he takes it over to the far boards. And Knights drive it all the way into the back wall. McCoy will pick it up. scoops it over to the near side. Blevins is in a battle there, and he went down. The Knights scoop it along the back wall over to... here they come. Out the near side and scoop it back to the far side. Moldenauer races it down, and Knights send it back. Back to Burks. Up. Goal, Knights. Dragons down by 2, 4:02 remaining in the second period. Ports at center, Hill and Viviano on the wing, Nafziger and Burks on defense. Ports for the face-off, and puck comes back to Nafziger. He'll stop, dangle it around some players, and advance across the neutral zone, down into the Knights zone. Brings it to the net. Oh, save Knights, and puck comes back up the far side. Nafziger stops it inside the blue line and sends it back in deep. Stops it again. Back up to a Knight player. Viviano's going to race it down on the far corner. And the Knights battle with them there, and up the far side we go. Back to Nafziger. Oh, nope. Here comes the Knights. They're out front. Pick up the puck deep in the Dragon zone. Burke stops the shot in front of the net, and puck comes back to a defenseman here on the Knights blue line. And they send it back in deep. Back to Burks. Sends it up the near side, looking for Duncan Hill. And Courts comes over to help. Knights bring it out, send it through the slot and over to the far side. And Courts picks it up behind the Dragons net. Skates it all the way out of the Dragon zone. Across center ice. Puck's out in front of him. Oh, he lets it go. And save Knights. And puck comes over to the far boards. Up the far side. Nafziger, nope, couldn't hold it in. Burks, fanned on the stop there. Nafziger came in after him. And puck's still loose in the face-off circle. All the way to the back wall there. Nafziger's still battling for it. Goes down on his belly, and here comes Duncan Hill. Tries to drive it up the near side. And nope. Moldenauer comes in after it. Got a shot deflected there. Almost bounced in, but it was just a bit outside. And Nafziger battling for it there. Trying to stop all them shots. Puck goes in front of the crease and over to the near corner. And Moldenauer races it down on the back wall in the Dragon zone. Tries to battle it up the near side, looking for Duncan Hill. And Knights stop it at the blue line, send it back in, and we finally exit the zone. And Hill carries it in up the near side, and here come the Knights behind him. Drive it to the back wall, and they'll come out with it. Hill goes back for it there, but they'll bring it up the far side. Nafziger holds it in at the blue line, and here comes Hill. Holds it in, brings it over to the near side. And back to Courts. We got a delayed penalty on the Dragons, I guess. Looks like Duncan Hill's going to go off for a minute 30. .117 remaining in the second period. Dragons down by 2. And we'll have a face-off in the Dragon zone. Courts at center. Looks like Cookie on the wing. McCoy and Burks on defense. Cookie from the faceoff brings it across center ice, and they'll bring it in. Offside waved off, and Courts sends it out to the back wall. Knights scoop it back out to the neutral zone. And into the Dragon zone they come. Puck gets deflected to the back wall, and McCoy sends it over to the near corner there. Knights pick it up. Try to pass it to one of their guys in front of the net there, but the Dragons are there. Burks strips it away, and there's a guy laying on it. Burks is still going for it, drives it over to the far corner, and just can't get a stick on it. Save Johnson, and McCoy knocks it over to the side and to the back wall. It bounced. Save Johnson again, and puck gets driven to the back wall. And Courts tries to chase it down in the near corner. It comes back to McCoy, and he'll send it off the near side boards. Knights hold it in, though, on the near side, and they'll send it back to the back wall. McCoy goes back for it. And we got 3, 2, 1. That's going to do it for the second period of play, folks. Dragons down by 2 after 2 periods. 12 seconds remaining on the Duncan Hill penalty when we get back. Had to take a little dance break there, folks. All right, period 3 starts now. Final period in regulation for the weekend. Nash Moldenauer at center, Grayson Blevins on the wing, Nafziger and McCoy on defense. Eddie Johnson in net, switching sides and going the other way. This is Pekin Dragons 10 UAA hockey. Moldenauer for the face-off. Over to the Knights. And they'll carry it up the near side, enter into the Dragon zone, and they'll drive it back to the back wall in the Dragon zone there. Wrap around attempt there, and Nafziger got out in front of that, and he's going to chase it up the far side boards all the way out across the neutral zone. Got a guy in front of him there. He'll bring it over to the near side. Drives it in, and try to center one up. Can't get back here in time, and he's in the foot race. McCoy comes over. We got a guy out in front. Save Johnson! Loose puck gets sent back out to the blue line, and Knights send it back in deep. Nafziger collects it, and back out to the neutral zone. All the way down into the Knights zone, up the near side. Tries to cut in. He's got 2 guys on him there, and back to Blevins on the near side. He'll send it in deep. And Moldenauer chases it down in the far corner. Battling with a Knight player, 2 Knight players. And puck comes out. Moldenauer. I think the puck just came over to the near side because of the Knights there, and Nafziger held it in, got it up to Blevins, and he's trying to dangle around all of the Knights here, and Moldenauer successfully brings it over to the near side. Back to Nafziger, looking for a pass to Richardson off the far corner, and puck comes back to the far side, and they'll bring it out. Oh, send it off the skates of the referee there, and McCoy dumps it back in, and just can't hold it in the zone there. Here comes Nafziger with some speed, forces it back in deep to the Knights zone, and they'll race back for it. And puck comes back to the neutral zone. McCoy picks it up, sends it off the referee's skates again, and back to McCoy. He'll dump it in to the Knights zone up the far side, and Knights pick it up, send it over to the near side boards, and Nafziger will stop that inside the zone, paddles it over, looking for Richardson, and the puck goes all the way to the far boards. And back to the neutral zone again. And we'll send it in offside. 9:37 remaining in regulation. Dragons down by 2. Face off in the neutral zone. Towards the center, Viviano and Hill on the wing, Nafziger and Burks on defense. And we're off. Course for the face-off. Puck comes into the Knights zone, and Viviano's trying to chase it down. Puck comes in neutral zone. Nafziger sends it up the near side boards and down into the Knights zone. Back up the near side, and oh, where is the puck? It's up here. We're in. Viviano peels it off the near side, and Courts will try to chase it down. Knights get there first. Okay, send it around to the far side boards there, and Duncan Hill's following after it. Back to Courts. Loose puck in the face-off circle, and Hill's racing back for it on the back wall, looking for a centering feed. Ooh, almost found Viviano there. And up the near side. There we go. Courts held it in. And back over to the far side we go. Puck goes down all the way into the Dragon zone. Nafziger stops it on the other side of the goal line and sends it back to the neutral zone. Offside Knights. 8:36 remaining in regulation. Dragons down by 2. Okay. Holdenauer for the face-off, and Dragons trying to battle it into that neutral zone, and they do. Back into the Dragon zone again. Burke sends it off the near side board, still in the Dragon zone, and here come the Knights. And they'll peel it off the near side boards. Advance towards the net there. Dragons get in the way, and Holdenauer, traces after it, tries to drive it out of the Dragon zone, just can't get it there. McCoy will pick it up on the back wall. Paddles it off the boards to himself. Oh no, back to a Knights player in the slot, and they'll send a shot right into the net. Dragons down by 3. 7:56 remaining in regulation. And Dragons got some work to do here. Courts at center, Blevins and Richardson on the wings, McCoy and Nafziger on defense. And Courts for the face-off. Over to Blevins, back to Nafziger. Dangles around everybody, carries it in up the near side. And lost the puck there, went down on his belly. Blevins holds it in. No, he doesn't. Here comes the puck back to the neutral zone, and McCoy slaps it up the near side to Blevins. And puck advances into the Dragon zone. Nafziger races after it. Up the near side boards looking for Blevins. And the Knights are there. Blevins battling it up the near side. Puck comes out to a Knight player. And Richardson stripped it out to the neutral zone. Off the far side boards. And Courts stole that pass. And here he comes. Back to Richardson on the far side boards. And Courts trying to chase it down. Blevins waiting on the near side. Courts goes down on the near corner. Blevins goes in to help, sends one towards the net. And back to Richardson. Over to the far side. Back to, held it in. That's good. That's good. Blevins chases after it. Back to Blevins again. And here come the Knights. Nope, that's Blevins. Sends a bouncer towards the net. And Courts tried to feed it in there, just couldn't get the tip on it. And up the near side we come. Nafziger held it in. Back to a Knight player though, and he's bringing it over to the far side. Nafziger's in hot pursuit. Puck goes all the way down to the back wall in the Dragon zone, and McCoy brings it over to the near side. Up the near side boards. Back to Blevins. Blevins dangles around, bunch of Knight traffic. Got it through the feet there, just couldn't get a stick on it in time, and up the near side. Here come the Knights. Nafziger strips that puck, sends it over to the far boards, and McCoy picks it up. Sends it up the far side and down into the, Dragons hold it in. Here comes Quartz. Sends a shot. Save Knights. Whoa. Dragons are waking up. 5:44 remaining in regulation. Moldenauer at center. Hill and Viviano on the wing. Moldenauer for the face-off. And up. Yeah, Dragons hold it in. Yeah. Hill turns it around, sends it back in deeper there to the Knights zone, and puck bounces off the back wall. Knights try to pick it up, and Viviano chases it down in the near corner. Puck comes up the near side. Oh, Nafziger sent it over to a Knight player on the far side there, and he'll dump it out. Nafziger's in a foot race for it, though, all the way to the back wall, and he'll strip that puck. Brings it over the near side and up the near side boards. Knights came out with it. Oh, Burke stopped the shot. Loose puck in front of the crease, and he'll send it over to the far side. And over to the near side we go. Knights get there first. Duncan Hill comes in after it, though, trying to chase it out to that blue line. And puck spills out to the neutral zone. Viviano's in a foot race. And here come the Knights from behind. Carry it around the back of their net. Over to the far side. Out to the neutral zone. Dragons send it in deep. That looks like that was Burks there. Actually, he sent a shot on goal and saved Knights. Face off in the Knight zone with 4:31 remaining in regulation. Dragons down by 3. Court to center, Cook and Ledbetter on the wing. McCoy and Burks on defense. McCoy had a shot on goal there, saved Knights, and the puck bounced to the back wall. Dragons are racing after it on the near side there, and Cookie battling with a Knight player. Back to Burks at the blue line. He'll hold it in for a second, and the Knights swing it back out. Burks over to McCoy. McCoy up to neutral zone. Ports is chasing after it, and the Knights almost had it in there for a second. McCoy holds it out of the zone, battles it up the far side boards in front of the benches there, and all the way in, up the far side. Got a guy on his knees in front of him there. He's going to dangle it over. It sends a shot above the net and over the glass. Oh, Court's got a secondary shot. Puck is still loose, and the Knights chase it down on the near corner. Burks holds it in from the blue line, sends a bouncer. Ledbetter! Oh, kick save, Knights. Lots of good opportunities here. And Knights send it out. Burks stops it in the neutral zone off the far side. Back to McCoy and back to a Knight player in the neutral zone. And they'll enter it up the near side into the Dragon zone. Burks knocks it over the near side. Back to Burks again, and he's going to carry it back out of the zone over towards the far side. And lost it in the referee's skates there. He'll send it to the back wall. Back to Courts. Courts bounce it off the back of the net. And Dragons are chasing after it. Knights just seem to be in the right place at the right time, I guess. I don't know. McCoy strips the puck. Back to Cook. Races it across center ice. Got tripped. No call. And back to Blevins. He'll get the puck stripped. And here come the Knights. Oh! And puck comes back in to the near corner in the Dragon zone. Knights still battling with it. There's Burks. Burks peels it out. Sends it up the far side. Looking for, found a Knight. And he'll send it back in to the back wall. McCoy sends it over to the near side. Looking for Blevins. Blevins tries to feed it up and doesn't escape the zone. Back to McCoy. Stops the shot. Back to Moldenauer. And over to Richardson on the far side. Puck goes back to the back wall again. And here comes Burks. Sends it up the far side. Boards up. Puck squirts out to the neutral zone. And Richardson held it there. 1:47 remaining in regulation. Face off in the neutral zone. Offside call. McCoy and Nafziger on defense. Blevins and Richardson on the wing. And Moldenauer at center, it looks like. Moldy for the face-off. And back to Moldy. Brings it over to the near side with some speed up the far, or near side boards rather. Got a guy dive on him. Got an arm up in the air. Delayed penalty on the Dragons, it would seem, maybe. I'm not really sure what that call is. Oh, that's a Dragons power play, I guess. There's a Knight in the box. What you gonna do? Yeah, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they're coming for you? Moldy at center, Blevins and Courts on the wing, and Moldy sends it in deep, back to the back wall, over to the near side. Nafziger tries to hold it in, and he does. Sends it back up to a Knight player, though, and tries to strip the puck again, and he does. Carries it out to the face-off circle, advances towards the net, sends a shot, and save, Knights. 1:09 remaining in regulation. Do it again. Same lineup. Moldenauer from the face-off, back to Nafziger, and he sends one wide of the net to the back wall. Blevins chases after it up the far side. And Moldenauer brings it back up through the feet of a Knight player. Oh, back to Burks at the blue line. Oh, fan on the shot. Dang it. There it is. Sends another bouncer. Save, Knights. 48.5 remaining in regulation. Another face-off in the Knight zone. Same lineup, Moldenauer for the face-off, sends one on net. They're letting that clock run lots of seconds longer than the Wizards. 45 seconds remaining in the Dragons power play, and just about a half a second longer than that remaining in regulation. Moldenauer sends a shot wide of the net. Courts chases it down. Nope. Knights get there first, and puck comes over to the far side. Burks peels it off the far boards. Yeah, back to Blevins. Sends it over to Courts. Sends it back to the far corner. And Blevins goes back to peel it off. 10-ish seconds remaining. Here come the Knights. Back across the neutral zone, up the near side. Courts intercepts that advancement, but that's not enough, folks. And Dragons defeated back-to-back games today in the CSDHL regular season campaign. That's okay, though. We'll be back on Wednesday and 2 more games next weekend. So we'll see how we do after that. Congratulations to the Knights. Thanks for having us up to play our home game in your rink. We'll see you next time around. Dragons and Knights line up for the congratulatory fist bump, and we'll see you guys Wednesday night at 6 p.m. at Pekin Veterans Memorial Arena for the 5th regular season game in the CSDHL for your Pekin 10U AA Dragons. Thanks again for watching, folks. This is 33's Daddy, and I'm signing off. Let's go, Dragons!